It's not just the answers, not just the quotes. It's life in the margins. It's time for Cluffs Notes. I'm gonna do a 60-day span until I turn 60. I thought about it today and I said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if today was exactly 60 days away from my birthday, so I could say, hey, I'm turning 60 in just 60 days. And you must listen to what I say, because I'm gonna be 60 and that's somehow good because I'm old. And you'd say, what's going on? Because if you did the math like I did when I went down, if you did the math like I did when I finally got out the computer and I set it down, I went to my calendar, I went to my birthday and I put 0, cause that's how countdowns go. And I went back 1 and then back 2 and then back 3, 4, 5, 6. Harder to do, it's way harder to do than just maybe there was cut and paste, but how do you get the gap? So I had to like manually, I learned the best thing to do is just put it in there and be like, click, double click it and type the number and then just do it again. But then sometimes the little help box or whatever popped up and blocked me into the right or the left, and I would say, hey, I'm turning 60 in 60 days. Everyone would have to say, Todd, what's going on? We know this song, we hear it everywhere, but we swear somehow it's just a little bit different. Like that. Like a little up there. So we love you, but we do not say. We think that you repeat when you play, because that's what's going on. No, but in all seriousness, I'm turning 60. Well, I thought that until I started putting those numbers into the calendar. And I'm turning 60 in 58 days. It doesn't quite sound like it should be that way, but I missed it by a couple days, but I'm That's what this is about. This is about just taking a little time to say, let's just not forget the things we're learning in the journey, and we don't do that anymore. So I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to use my 60 years on the earth as evidence. Well, in 58 days. Let's change it to one more thing. Let's do this. And it's not always going to be music. Right now I'm feeling that. But I like this because it could be guitar, even though it's the keyboard. Oh no, that's not guitar at all. Oh, that's because here we go. So this week I had Michael and I decided at the bidding of our maintenances that were telling us about this thing in Sunken Gardens here. It's like a botanical garden over in St. Pete. And they were saying they went there and they were saying how much Michael would love it because of his love of plants. And we were looking at it and they were trying to see what the price was and the membership or something and what's involved. And they have these cool little reciprocal things. If you are a annual family member, you get to do those reciprocal things. So for, one fee, like $100, which was a lot normally, we would be like, well, but we can also 2 months a year here in Tampa go to like Mosey, and we get to use it like a family pass. So it's like I get to go, like I went with Suzette and Jasper on Tuesday, and they just took it because it was one adult and they were minors. And so we got to go to this like awesome adventure that we'll be able to do like throughout the certain months of the year, that as well as like there's the Glacier Children's Museum is a month that you can use it in that same way. So, and then not to mention going to the gardens. It's just not very convenient there. But it was cool because I made it into an adventure. I'm like, we're going to go get Jasper from school. And of course I had to ask the office, like, are they testing or anything? And he was happy to be stolen away, and we went to Mosey. And I just love like watching the little humans. Like the way Jasper is like exploring the music, because this is like a place that's you can go play, and they have science experiments, very hands-on, but exploring. You go through, like you can slide through the esophagus, you know. So Harper had her things of interest, but it was just, it's so good for them to just spend, like they're cousins, so they don't always get to just have this kind of exploring time, like go on a little adventure together. But it reminds me of just their need just for connection about the littlest things. We all do, but sometimes it's, I think we get so caught up in our own moments. Now anyway, 58 days. This will be fun. Get to, I don't know, play on one, end with a little more beat. Anybody who's listening to this, first of all, you probably are going through to see if it's my last will and testament. I'm dead. Like, if I know Dad, he probably did it on a freaking keyboard one day. Here we go. No, we're going to do, let's do something a little peppy. This has been a tune I've been playing with for a while. 58, 60 days. I'm in the 60-day window. That's what Michael says. You want to have a party or what? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think. So I'll invite, like, some of you weirdos will come and we would sit and never have enough time together anyway. So here, you can catch up, and then maybe if you do cross paths, you can, like, give me some of your weirdness. All right, last but not least, what was this? Oh, the voices. This is my glee. This is what I love. Okay, let's just do it. Here we go. This is going to do a song. So with Harbor on, we go to this play thing that this church opens up their doors and they have this playtime. So we go every week and it's just for a few hours and I get to be like a whole preschool papa where I get to be there and I watch her, kind of give her guidance and just social development. Yeah, it's like being in a preschool. So I love it. And we get to go outside and play as well. And I brought my guitar this last week, and it's fun watching the kids as they, like, I don't know, they just are attracted. They love music. It's such a human thing. That's why we need more glee, 'cause that's how we should be when we're turning 60. And I said, hey, and I said, hey. Yeah, that's what this is. That's what these days should be about. That exact vibe. Cheers. Day 58. Another reel for the shelf.